What's up, you guys? All right, well, here we are. It's the end of May. Just finished the morning here. I'm up $20,000, my 41st consecutive green day. And this has been the best month of my trading career. I'm up $225,000 on the month. And I really feel I'm like really in the zone right now. I feel really dialed in. I've been aggressive. I've been trading with bigger share size, certainly than I was at the beginning of April when I kind of started this little period of trader rehab, trying to pull back after being so aggressive during the market drop in March. But coming out of that 35% drop, I learned a couple new strategies, and those have helped me a lot in terms of being able to capitalize on the opportunities that we're seeing right now. The market has been more volatile, and we've seen more momentum than I have probably seen in my entire career as a trader. This is the hottest period that I've seen. Now, we haven't had like an LFIN or a DRYS type of stock, something that went from like $8 to $150. Although we did have one, Liberty TripAdvisor, but that was very light volume. It was kind of weird. So that one, I don't know if that really counts. But despite not having anything like that, we've had many stocks that have made some incredible moves. SNOA, yesterday, ABOI, today, PHIO. I mean, it's like back-to-back 100, 200, 300% movers. We had 3 stocks on the gap scanner this morning that were all gapping up more than 100%. So, I'm surrounding myself in green. I am just feeling, really confident, which is 41 green days in a row, $225,000 in profit on the month. It makes sense, but it feels like this is the time to be aggressive. And so during the recap, I'm going to talk a little bit about when is the time to ease off the throttle? When is the time each day, and certainly after a couple bad days, to really slow down? Because inevitably, it's only a matter of time before I have a red day, right? And so, or I have a day where I'm green, but if I keep trading, I could risk giving back all my profit. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And I also want to remind you guys, summer school starts on Monday. All right, so summer school starts Monday, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. I mean, so many of us are working from home right now, and it's, routine's a little different from before COVID. And this is kind of a fun thing for me to do with you guys, teach these classes live. Typically I haven't done this as a summer school program before, but it's not like I'm gonna be going to the beach. So look at that moss, isn't that beautiful? We've got like really nice little kind of ecosystem back here for moss. Just seems super happy. Yeah, so summer school starts on Monday, and if you have not already watched the kind of first class of summer school, which I recorded as a live workshop last week, click the link right down below and register. You can watch the replay of that either tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern or Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I'll break down the curriculum. I'll talk a little bit about what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks to capitalize on this momentum. And I will give you a special opportunity to join the classes and register before summer school starts, so you can take advantage of a little bit of Memorial Day summer school discount. All right, so make sure you check out that link right in the description to register for the free class. Again, we'll have a replay on it tomorrow, Saturday, and again on Sunday. And my staff and I also will be in the webinar, so I'll be able to see you guys typing, asking questions and stuff like that. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna get in the recap. We'll do Q&A for Warrior Pro students in the Warrior Pro room. Of course, after today's recap, we've been doing that pretty much every day for the last like 6 weeks, which has been a really nice routine and a nice kind of little special thing for the Warrior Pro students. So I hope you guys enjoy the recap. Those who have questions, put them down here in the comments. I'll come back through and answer them. And thank you guys for giving me the thumbs up on the recap videos. I would love it if you guys just get in the habit, when you watch these videos, hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. As you know, I don't have any ads on my videos. I don't monetize YouTube. I don't make money. YouTube doesn't pay me, all right? I put out lots of free content. Of course, we have students that join thanks to seeing the free content, but I really appreciate if you guys give me the thumbs up for these videos and subscribe to the channel. It's what tells YouTube that these are videos that are, people want to watch. Get the heads up when I post new content. So Anyways, that's it for me. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the recap, and I'll see you guys first thing on Monday morning. We'll be back at it, and the first day of the new month. New month, new you. If you made mistakes in May, it's all right. Learn from the mistakes. Start fresh on Monday. All right, see you guys Monday. All right, everyone. So we're going to do our midday market recap. We'll go over the trades from this morning. Another awesome day, a great finish to what has been the best month so far in my entire career as a trader. $20,370 profit today. It's my 41st consecutive green day. You know, it's really phenomenal. And on the month right now, I'm going to be finishing, let's see, yesterday I was at $204,000 in gross profit on the month. That means today, after today's profits, I'm going to be at about $225,000 gross profit in 1 month of trading. That's insane. That far exceeds what I thought was a realistic goal. Now, I had previously had a $100,000 a green month where I made more than 100 grand. And that was in January of 2018. I made $115,000. But on the last day, I lost like 10,000. I think I was up around 125 before that last day. So, you know, it wasn't a picture perfect month, but you know, that was my high water mark before here, the month of May. And this is such a high water mark that I honestly don't know how I could possibly ever have a better month than this. I mean, everything came together this month. I had 0 red days. I had my best trading day of all time with $47,000 on Tuesday, not this last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before. And then yesterday, I was up 48,000, making it my new best day of all time before giving back some profit and finishing up only $40,000, making it my 3rd best day of all time. So 2 of my top 5 best days of all time in 1 month, no red days, the market's hot. So what did I trade today? PHIO, SNOA, ADAP, which was a late morning trade, and ZVZZT, which is the NASDAQ test stock. So that actually doesn't count. That's just for testing your hotkeys and stuff like that. So don't worry about that one. But what's cool today is that the stocks that I traded were literally these 3 right off of the pre-market watch list. Now, I will say that SNOA, I was not looking at, ADAP, I was not looking at very closely, but these 3 stocks were all gapping up more than 100%. That's insane. SNOA was gapping up 142%, PHIO was gapping up 125%, and ADAP was gapping up 106%. So, I mean, we were seeing some, obviously, insane moves already pre-market. And in fact, today, as those of you guys who were tuning in early are well aware, I did a pre-market trade on PHIO. Not super common for me to do pre-market trades, but I felt like this setup was too good to pass up. So let's go over PHIO first, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about some of these other ones. My computer feels like it's running a little on the slow side. I'm going to close down a couple of things that I'm not using right now. I think it's because I'm broadcasting. I've still got my key capture on, so I'm going to turn that off. Let's see. So I'm also going to show you guys some of the P&Ls of students, because we had a couple of students today who knocked it out of the park. And I am so impressed with you guys. And I know, no doubt, of course, traders, certainly in the simulator, there are some of you that are going to be red today and feeling a little disappointed. And that is part of the learning curve. So don't get discouraged. The fact is, even on the days when I lost money, although sometimes I would get a little discouraged, I would remind myself that as quickly as I had lost that money, I could have made that money if I was a little bit of a better trader. And even yesterday, despite it being a phenomenal day, at the end of the day, I felt like, I could have done a little bit better. I made 40,000, but I could have made more if I had, traded a little bit better and managed my risk a little bit differently on the last couple of trades. SNOA popping back up. I'll take a look at it in a second. So Thomas showing $13,322. Cody right here showing $1,180. I know that warrior logo means that he's in our simulator. Let's see, Randall for 544. Nice. Very small image here, but in the simulator I can see that in the background. So good job there. Let me scroll up a little bit more. So, we got Jeffrey on the wrong side, down 122. But again, don't get discouraged. You're practicing. You're in the simulator. That's the right place to be. Marcin, if that's how you pronounce your name, 662. That looks like a real account. It doesn't have the warrior logo in the background. Jan, 255. Nice. Christian, 307. Nice. Thomas, okay, so that was before one of the last trades. You were at 11,000, now at 13, amazing. 4,600, you guys in the simulator, you're testing the water, you're starting to figure it out, that's great. It's proof of concept to trade in the simulator and make money. But Tyler and Jeff, it's also a good indicator when you trade in the simulator and you're red that you're not ready to trade with real money. That's okay. Incredible consistency, Nick, that's awesome. I mean, seriously, that's impressive. Small account using 100 shares. Nice, Larissa. Good work. And I know you had a trade on SNOA. You were beautiful with 100 shares. I mean, that's incredible. Some really nice action there. Brandon, good work. Nice, Tony. Let's see. I know we had a couple earlier that I'd love to get back up to. So let's see. Let me just scroll back up a little bit. So again, as we come to the end of the month, probably over the weekend, I'll do a May month in review. I'll probably do it as like a Facebook, YouTube Live. And one of the things that we'll certainly go over is, what has been working so well. One of the things that I talked about, nice, Dustin, that's awesome. Simulated, but still really solid. This looks like maybe real money. Thomas, trading with small size. Hey, $40. I mean, you're trading with small size is proof of concept. That's what it's all about. Nice. Really impressed. I mean, so those of you guys watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube, you get into the classes. Summer school starts on Monday. You get to start practicing in the simulator. Here we go. Chris, this is the one I wanted to see. That's a Lightspeed account. You can see it's the same as mine. $17,000, Chris. Amazing, dude. That's awesome. SNOA. We did so well on that. You and I both did well on that. You did better than me, but and hey, the student surpasses the teacher. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm impressed. Dan, there's another one, 300. That's a Lightspeed account. Sean, good work. I think we had someone earlier that was at 19 or 20,000 as well. I think it was a Lightspeed account also. So. Most of us, we trade kind of the first hour. We focus on trading the first hour, then we want to lock up our profit. We don't want to overstay our welcome. So today I traded till about 11 a.m. and I ended up giving back a couple $1,000s of my profit on SNOA. But then I had a trade on ADAP, which was $4,000 of profit, which was kind of unexpected, but it ended up giving a nice opportunity. So, that's sometimes the way it goes. So I'll just move this back down here. All right, so leading gapper, or the one that I was watching pre-market, is PHIO. And this was my entry right here at $5. I bought at $5, and as you can see, it squeezed up to a high of $6.20, and that was before the bell even rang. So right there, I had $6,000 of profit. So I started the morning with a nice cushion. This was the second pullback. Now, as you guys know, I like to trade the first pullback, but I missed it. Second pullback, because we had such an incredible day yesterday with ABIO, I felt that today had the potential to be a little crazy, a little bit of a wild card day. Sometimes after you have a crazy stock, do a 300-400% move, the next day or even the next few days, you kind of see this irrational strength in the market as traders are just jumping on what's popping up. So this was popping up this morning, and as I saw it squeeze up right here, I was like, this isn't going to wait for the bell to ring. And so as it consolidated, I got in for the break of 5. Squeezed up to 525, I added at 550. Squeezed up to 575, a micro pullback. I added again at 575. Pops up to 6. I sold at 598, right underneath the whole dollar, psychological resistance. It broke through 6, hit 620, pulled back, and then out of the gates, kept trading it. So there were, on this stock, kind of like yesterday, so many trades, it's kind of hard to go through each one. I have the live trading archive for students, so you guys will be able to go through it. But for YouTube, you can see right here clearly a nice 1 minute opening range breakout. First candle to make a new high over 550. Little dip trade here, a nice dip trade here, quick break of the VWAP here. And then, ultimately it ended up selling off, and I tried to take dip trades down here, but these were very small bounces before going lower. Again, a very small bounce before going lower. So my dip trades on it didn't really work that well. My profit was the pre-market pullback right here at 5. So the entry was right there. And then this opening range breakout right here. Those were my 2 entries. Those were the 2 cleanest trades, or those were the 2 most profitable trades. I had multiple entries. And then the trades through here, the dip trades, these kind of breakouts, smaller profit, and I was happy with that. So that was PHIO, second leading gapper SNOA. SNOA, I sort of wrote off pre-market. I was like, I don't think it's going to work. It's a little too expensive. As you can see, it's already sort of stair-stepping down. It broke down right here from 14 down to 13. So by the time the bell was ringing, I kind of thought, I was like, I don't know, I think this is not going to work. Well, it ends up squeezing up to 1550, which was pretty remarkable. Right back to the pre-market high. So right out of the gates, it squeezed from 13 to 15. And then it dropped back down to 13 right here and got halted. So coming out of that halt, I bought. I went long as a dip trade. It ended about 13.20, and the thing rips up to 15. It then flushes down to the VWAP right here, and I bought this dip, and then it rips up to 17. It then does a quick flush right here. I bought this dip again around 1670, and the thing rips from I was in at 1666, and it rips all the way up to $19.58, and I'm up almost $3 a share. I was like, this is insane, totally insane. So on this one, I bought dips, I bought breakouts, and I traded it pretty aggressively, and then I started to give back a little profit. I gave back some profit on an entry right here, buying this pullback to anticipate the break over 1750. Didn't break, I stopped out at 17. Now that was with 4,000 shares and a 30-cent loss. That's $1,200. All right, that's kind of a bummer. Then it flushes down here, and I got long, where was it? It was right around 1480 right here. It pops back up to 1550. And I was in with 4,000 shares. And then it flushes down, and I stopped out here at 1450. So I gave back another, I don't know, almost $2,000 on that. And so from up probably 8,000 to up only 5,000. And so it was a little disappointing. The dip trades on this one later did not work out as well. So at that point, I was kind of like, all right, well, I'm up 18,000, or maybe, yeah, I think I was up around 18,000. And then I saw ADAP start to pop up. It did a break of VWAP. This is a break of VWAP setup, and I bought the first pullback right here with 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares times a $9.80 stock is $98,000 in the trade. It was a big trade, but I'm stepping up to the plate. I'm really trying to capitalize on the opportunity. Now, regardless of whether you take $98,000 in the trade or you take $980, the return, in terms of ratio, should be similar. So I was in this at $9.80, and it squeezed up to $10.50. I sold on that rip, taking profit as it went, and just like that, locked up almost $4,000 of profit. So that put me up to about $22,000, and then I had my last trade on SNOA that dropped me back down to 20. And so at that point, I was like, all right, I'm going to throw in the towel. I'm feeling like I'm over trading and overstaying my welcome. But like yesterday, when is the right time to walk away? How do you know when to stop trading each day? And for me, one of the gauges that I often use is I will keep trading as long as I'm continuing to make money. But if I have a big loss, or I just feel like I'm starting to run up against, a ceiling, and then I stop trading. And so, in fact, the best days for me will be days where I trade all the way to the very most I could possibly make, gave back a little, and then stopped. Because if I stop while I'm still making money, then there's always that question of, well, the market was hot. Why did I walk away from a hot market? It's not like I have I'm thinking of the deadliest catch. It's not like I have a quota of how much fish I can catch or how much crab I can catch. I can keep going. If I'm having it's hot fishing, load up the boat, keep trading. Why stop? But when you start pulling up empty pots, you're losing money on bait, fuel, time. So that's where it's, okay, I got to either switch gears or step back. And so, I switched gears off of PHIO to SNOA, and then I kind of switched off of SNOA to ADAP and went back for one more trade on SNOA on the dip, which ended up not working. But this was a good day. And yesterday, although I gave back a little bit more off the top than I might have liked, there's another nice P&L. So 6,500, nice mark. So, not great consistency, but it really came together on SNOA, which is kind of interesting that some of you guys did as well as you did on it, because I felt like it was kind of a risky trade, but good job for how you traded. Obviously, from 13 to 20, almost 20. I mean, that's a lot of range. So there was some good opportunity there to make some good money. But yeah, yesterday, being up 48,000, then giving back 8,000, that was a little more than I would have liked to have given back. That was a little bit more, but at the same time, there are some days where you'll give back a little bit, you pause for a moment, you kind of evaluate the market, and you see additional opportunities, and then you keep trading. It's not like I stop after my first loss. I stop after I've kind of had a couple of consecutive losses. Hang on. And I'm feeling like things are slowing down. I hear her barking. I'm not sure what she's barking about. Girl! Nice. All right. False alarm. It's all good. I just got to keep an eye on her, because she'll get aggressive with strangers. So, anyways, so that's where I finished the day, and I'm not obviously doing these recaps to brag. Someone was commenting on YouTube about that yesterday. I do these recaps every single day. I've been doing a recap every single day since January 1st, 2017. In March, when I had 6 red days in a row, I did a recap every day. So I mean, it's I know it's easy right now for someone maybe that's new to look and be like, well, there it goes, another green day. Look at this guy. He probably never shows the red days. But I do. I show the red days, and so, this was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red days in a row. It was embarrassing, but, I did the recap every day, as I always do. So right now, I just happen to be on a hot streak. I know in some ways you can probably learn more from the losers than from the winners. And, if we highlight one of the losing trades today, for instance, just as a kind of an opportunity for focusing on a loser, this entry down here, so let's pop up, I'll just, I'll show you the live trade of that loser just to put it in perspective. So let me just grab it for a second. It was a dip trade, and as we start summer school, I'll of course be talking about the dip strategy, where I take the dip trades, when it works, when it doesn't work, and kind of where that originally came from. So let's see. Hang on one second. Let me just see what this was. All right, I'll get that in a second. So, all right. All right, so we're going to jump over here. This is kind of towards the end of the morning. ADAP. Yep. That's fine. So it was right. Yeah, so this was the loser. Okay. So this so I'm watching SNOA here. It's halted. It's currently halted going down at 15:04. And so I looked at that. The halt time resumption is going to be in about 10 seconds. And I was thinking, okay, if this opens flat, I want to buy it because it's bullish if it opens flat or even it opens high. If it opens low, I'm not sure. So I put the order at 35, basically a few cents off, 30 cents off of 15. And I'm watching it, it opens, and now I'm kind of looking at this and I'm like, oh, I actually like this for buying a dip. So I'm going to buy a dip because it's $14.50 on the bid. So I press the buy button twice. 1,000 shares. I'm in at $14.80. So now it's 15, and I'm like, nice, sweet bounce, right? Again, it's possible it could have gone lower, but it was already down so much that I thought there was more potential coming back up. So my hard stop was $14.50, 30-cent stop. Okay, so now up here, I decided to add, because I was looking at this as having room back up towards 16, which was the volume weighted average price. So I just added 2,000 shares right there at 15.23. I could have sold, and I could have locked up $500 of profit. Instead, I added, my new cost basis is 15.01, and I'm looking for this to rip to 15.50, maybe 16. All right, there's 35, there's 45, and I'm like, okay, this is a good spot for me to take half off the table. That's almost $2,000 of profit at the $0.50. So I throw out an order to take half off. It doesn't fill. I throw out another order at 46. It also doesn't fill. And just like that, now I'm actually down 700. And I'm like, whoa. Okay, well, let's see. It's got to hold the $0.50. Realistically, when you add, you should tighten your stop. This is a stock where it was a little hard to tighten up the stop. And so now I'm kind of like giving it a second and seeing if it does pop back up. Can I get out at 26? Orders on the ask? Nope, not getting filled. And so I end up on this, again thinking, well, first 1 minute candle to make a new high, it should pop up. But no, I got to cut the loss. So I cut the loss there, out at 65, 61, and 50, which is, a bigger loss because I added, which was an aggressive move. But I added because I had a profit cushion on the day, and I did have a strong bias that, in my mind, that it was going to bounce off that level. So, the bounce and dip trades are tricky. I started doing them in kind of during the 35% market drop in March. And what I was doing was, during that time, we were seeing stocks halting going down, sometimes 2-3 times in a row. And when I was trading like SPXS and SPXL, which is a leveraged S&P 500 product, I found that some of my best trades were buying when like either coming out of a halt going down as it started to reverse, or even just before a halt going down if in fact it didn't halt and it bounced back up. So those were some of the most volatile and profitable trades that I had. So that led me to start thinking, okay, if I can do well buying some of these dips, I started focusing on false halts, when a stock would almost halt, or when it would halt and then buying coming out of it going back up. But those are kind of like the most extreme versions. And the dip trade also works, at least I found it works well, when catching bounces off of levels like right here, volume weighted average price, bounce off the VWAP, and then you get a nice pop back up. So it's a little bit of a newer strategy for me, and I'll be teaching it in the summer school classes as part of our new curriculum. But it's kind of a nice result of the 35% market drop that I kind of learned a little bit of a new strategy, which I probably could have started doing sooner. But like anything else, when you're a profitable trader, you're not always super motivated to test out new things because what you're doing is working. So you don't want to really change anything, especially when trading is hot. And then when trading is cold, you don't want to start just doing something that's unfamiliar because you need to at least just cover your daily gains. So it can create a situation where successful traders are not very likely to venture far out of their comfort zone, which ultimately is fine. I think it's fine because you can still be really profitable. You'll just obviously make more when the market is really favorable for your strategy, and then you'll make less when the market is not. And so if over time, through things like the market crash or seeing certain things happen, you can venture into new ground, you're diversified in your strategies. So, with the small cap class that we're going to teach, my gap and go strategy initially was just buying the break at the pre-market high. And then I started doing pullbacks and then red to green moves. And then I started doing pivot trades and break of $half and whole dollars. And so it's evolved now to, 5, 6, or 7 different kind of sub setups for that specific strategy. And that's the same that's happened with momentum. A couple years ago, we added the reverse split setup. And then we added the recent IPO breakout setup. And, it's as you see these things happen, you start throwing kind of a new strategy in your, in your toolbox. And it can definitely help you, because sometimes people will say, well, Ross, why don't you take a week or a month and only trade like the ABCD pattern, or only trade the bull flag pattern? But the problem is, I will trade any pattern I see on the right type of stock. I don't want to limit myself to only trading one setup, because the right type of stock may not happen to give us a bull flag all day long, but it's still totally worth trading because it gives us other setups. So it's kind of getting that dialed in and figuring out what really is the best approach. And I think it's find the right stock and then apply whatever strategy you need to capture profit on it. So anyways, that's it for me. End of May, $225,000 of profit. Best month I've ever had. It puts me at $400,000 in net profit on the year, not including today. So $428,000 net profit on the year. Certainly I have commissions. Those aren't insignificant, but I do think that they're worth it. Average daily gain right now is $4,000. If we go back to 2019, the same period of time, in 2019, I was sitting up only $274,000 with average daily gain of $2,700. So my daily gain is up by more than 50%. My profits are up by 50%. This is really a fantastic month. Although if we look at the month of May last year, interestingly, the month of May was it was a good month for me. 94,000 in gross profit, but I only took 150 trades. 76% accuracy, average winners 1,100, average losers about 900. Biggest winner 11, biggest loser 5,800. Yesterday I did actually have my biggest loser of the month, and that was on ABIO. So this month of this year, 15,000 by 5,100 right here, 200,000 gross profit. 699. Average winners are actually a little smaller, but look at the number of trades. Literally 300% more trading this year. And that is a reflection of the opportunity that we've been seeing in the market. We've been seeing an incredible amount of opportunity, and so I've been a lot more aggressive. This is probably the most aggressive I've been in a long time. But strike while the iron's hot, right? If there was ever a time to be aggressive, I would say this was the month, and I think I traded it the right way. But starting on Monday, it's a new month. And although it's a continuation of the hot streak I'm on, it is a new month. And so as we start the new month, I will want to do a little bit of a review of things that I did in May that I'd like to improve upon in June, which is, being obviously very critiquey because this has been a great month. But I don't want to say that there's not opportunity for improvement, and or that I couldn't have done better if I had done a few things differently. So always try to get better. And that's kind of the fun thing about trading. It's probably like competitive crossword puzzling. It's the more experience you have, the better you will get at coming up with the answers quickly off the top of your head. And it's every day is a new puzzle, and the reward for solving it here is pretty awesome. $20,370 on my 41st consecutive green day. since the last red day, I mean, it's 41 green days in a row. I don't know where I'm at since my last red day, but this is a month for the record book. So very exciting. And many of you guys have also done a phenomenal job, which I wanted to highlight some of your trades from this month from today, because it's, it goes to show for those out there on YouTube and Facebook, it's important for them to see that, I'm not the only one making money. I'm not just sitting here bragging about how much I make while you guys are losing money left and right. My goal is that you're learning the strategy. You're learning what I do every day to generate this profit. So hopefully you can start carving a little bit of profit out of the market for yourself. So anyways, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll probably jump on Facebook and YouTube Live at some point over the weekend. And so say hello if you see me, and we'll be back at it June 1st, summer school. And those of you guys on YouTube and Facebook that haven't already checked out the replay of my kind of first summer school class, which is the class where I give you the overview of the program and also give you the opportunity to enroll in summer school, I'll give you the link here in the description and pinned on the comments, so you can register for that workshop. You can still register for summer school, so register for that workshop, watch the replay of that first class, and we will see you Monday morning. All right, you guys, enjoy the weekend. Great week here, and I'll see you first thing on Monday.
And that right there was an entire video with no ads. I don't monetize my YouTube channel with video ads, which means you guys get to enjoy the content. But do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that this channel is the channel to watch if you want to learn about day trading.